Welcome folks to another episode of Dski Grills. Today we are making 9 slabs of St. Louis style ribs on the Old Hickory Pits Ace MM. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to get these ribs seasoned up. We got 9 slabs here. One of the main things I do when seasoning ribs, there used to be the method of removing the membrane. I've seen in videos in the past where scoring is just as good as removing it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start off by heavily scoring the back side of this membrane. It's going to break down during the cooking process anyway. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean here. So all we're going to do is we're going to do crisscross patterns just like this. We're going to start off with lines like this, right down the line. I'll do a few more, just straight down the line like that. And we're going to come back this way, and we're kind of like doing these tic-tac-toe boxes, so we'll keep doing that. Okay, now, granted, if I see heavy or thick pieces of fat, I make sure to remove those, or loose pieces like you see here, I remove those as well, okay? Okay, and we'll flip together and I'll let you guys see the rib so we can see what we're looking at and what I'm looking at when I'm trying to make something really, really good. I look at things like the squareness, the shape of the ribs themselves. I try to get rid of anything that is loose and that I know is not going to be taken care of the right way during cooking. It's going to cook for 6 hours. So in this case, this has to go right here. Okay, so I'm flipping this over. All right, and I'm just going to remove this here. This piece has got to go, right? So now we have a nice square shape. This piece here is, I don't know what to do with this, to be honest. I don't know what to do with this. I'm going to get rid of this piece, this corner right here. We'll stop right here on this one for now. So for me, mustard is what I like to use as a binder. So I always get a nice line of mustard right there. I just wanted to show you the squareness of the ribs. I'm going to flip them over and let you see. We're going to do the same thing on all 3. We do another line here and a line here. Okay, so I just rub that in, just like that. And then we are going with a blend of Heaven Made products today. We're going to use the It's Incredible as our base coat. So I want to get a nice amount of that on the back side of these babies. Just like that. Now remember, we scored the ribs, so you know seasoning is going in between those slits and gaps that I put in there, right? So that's that, and here. So It's Incredible is the base coat, and then we're coming back with the Texas Best Rib Rub as our top coat, okay? Same thing, really good portion of that. We'll do the exact same thing to the top side. And remember, I have 6 more slabs to go. So this seasoning process is just like this. We got 9 slabs of these beautiful ribs that we're going to take care of today. We got the Old Hickory Pits Ace MM warming up right now. So I'll show you what's going on there when it's time to take the ribs out. Catch you guys in a bit. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All right, folks, we're back. We got the Old Hickory Pits up to 220 degrees right now. We're going to load these beautiful 9 slabs of ribs on this awesome grill. Okay. Now this is one of my favorite smokers. I'm telling you, folks. And it's just because the capacity, right? So you got the sheer capacity of the Old Hickory. You can load up 16 slabs of ribs on this baby. Okay, so we're dealing with 9 today. What I usually do is 4 on each rack. In this case, we'll go ahead and do 5, okay? But you get the perfect spacing. We'll do 4 on one rack and 5 on the other. This is that set it and forget it dream, okay? So I don't have a whole lot of time today. Got a little running around to do. What smoker you're going to use when you got that going on? You're going to use the Old Hickory Pits Ace MM, knowing that you're going to have about 3 hours in between before you got to do anything. Okay, shut down here. We're going to get this baby closed up. Okay, so she's shut down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add our smoke wood to it and let that go, okay? So let's do that together. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and add the smoke wood. I got nice chunks of hickory. That's gonna make these ribs absolutely amazing. Y'all know that's one of my favorite words. It's amazing because that's what this is gonna be at the end of the day. So we're adding about 5 or 6 little chunks. I might even grab a chunk of cherry. We're gonna have some hickory and cherry going today. I'm getting low on my chunks, but here's cherry chunks as well. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with 1 cherry as well, okay? All right, so we're gonna shut it down, as you can see. Kind of clean up this area here so we get a good seal on our door. And I'll see you guys in about 3 hours. We can check on these ribs at that time. All right, folks, 2.5 hours later, I want to show you how these babies are coming along. And we're going to also do our first spritz, okay? So let's get this thing opened up, see what we're working with. I want you to see the beautiful color first off. So this is a uniform color, right? We got at least another hour to go of just straight smoking. But let's go ahead and hit this a little bit with the spritz. And all we're going to do is make sure we keep these things coated really nice. Keep that nice mahogany color on them, just like that. Gotta agree with me, I hope, on how beautiful these things are coming along. Don't they look nice? All right, we're gonna pull out our second rack as well, and you can see them. Just really, really nice. We're gonna hit these babies as well. Now the idea is to smoke these for at least another 30 minutes. I may go a little longer because I want the bark to be a little more darker. So we may go a little longer. So what we'll do in this case is continue spritzing every hour until we get the color I'm looking for, okay? I'm gonna get it shut back down. Love this old Hickory pits because it is a set it and forget it type feature. So I've told you guys in the past, you put this baby at what temperature you want, you shut the door and this thing does the rest for you. You can't beat it. I'll see you guys in about an hour or two. At that time, we'll be doing the wrapping process. All right, folks, we're back. This cook is going so well. We are 3.5 hours into this cook. I have these beautiful mahogany colored ribs right here that we're gonna go ahead now and get wrapped, okay? So I'll bring you in close to let you check it out. But I'm telling you, we got the color we wanted. The bark is already formed. The seasoning is in place, okay? So let's get these babies wrapped. All right, so the wrapping process is very easy. First, I just want to show you again, just up close, how pretty these things are. Look at this beautiful, beautiful bark that's set. I always flip my ribs first, okay? Now, I do my prepping and seasoning all on this side right here. So from there, folks, all I use is Parquet squeezed butter. And we do about a line of that, pretty nice line, right? We come back with our brown sugar. Kind of lay that across, okay? So you have this savoriness of the butter that's going to soak in. You have the sweetness of the brown sugar. Then we come back and we finish it with our spritz mixture, which that is the water and apple cider vinegar, okay? So we hit it with that. All right, folks, from there, all we're going to do is wrap. Now, I have 9 sheets of foil here. I'm just going to get started here with the first. All I do is a nice little flap right here, layer flat. Come back with the other side. Kind of lay it flat again. And then what we do to make this awesome pocket is we roll our edges. Okay, so I get one side here and I just roll it till we get to the edge of the rib. Come here, do the same thing. I roll it. Okay, now this is our first package or pocket of ribs that's going to go back on the smoker for about 2 more hours to continue breaking down. The butter and the brown sugar is going to flow from where you see here on the back of the ribs. They'll go all down on the sides and on the top of the ribs and give it that nice, beautiful coating, okay? I will get back with you guys after about 2.5 more hours, and I will show you the final product of these 9 beautiful St. Louis style ribs made on the old Hickory Pits ACMM. Catch you in a bit. All right, folks, we are back checking out the final product of these beautiful 9 slabs of hickory smoked St. Louis style ribs made on the old Hickory Pits ACMM. Really quick video. I got a chance to show you the seasoning. I showed you how to score it, okay? So you don't have to remove the membrane. You can just chop that baby in a crisscross pattern and it's gonna render down and just be absolutely amazing, okay? We put it out there on that smoker for around 3 hours. I ended up going 3.5 because I did it based on color. I wanted to make sure the color was what I wanted before I gave up on these babies, okay? We brought them in. After we brought them in, all we did is we hit them with the traditional parquet butter and brown sugar, and we hit them with our spritz. Back out on that smoker, they went for 2.5 hours. I pulled them out of the foil. They were really, really loose, okay? What I wanted to do is firm them back up. I left them on for around 20 more minutes to get what you see right here. Now, these babies have been sitting on the cutting board now for around 30 minutes. They've had a nice chance to cool. We're gonna cut into one and close this video out. So let's check these babies out. People were asking me for some ribs, so you know Dski Grill has to do what he has to do, okay? And I also want to make sure I'm on point, okay? So I want our folks to enjoy some stuff. You can see these beautiful mahogany color we have. These things are done right, okay? I'm gonna grab one slab that we're gonna keep at home. You always gotta have a spoiler for your house. So we're gonna grab this beautiful slab right here. I'm gonna turn it over on its backside. Gosh, y'all, these things look amazing. Look how beautiful they are, the color all the way through. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and cut one slice here. Just show you how nice they are. And I'm gonna cut one more here. Okay, I got Mama Grill, she's in the middle of doing things. I don't think she wants to talk about nothing right now. But what we have is a beautiful tender rib that is absolutely amazing, okay? Check this out. I'm gonna take one bite and close this video out. My goodness, these things look amazing. We're talking smoke ring. We're talking absolutely amazingness. Here we go, folks. One bite here. Dski Grills has done it again, okay? Absolutely amazing. We use the It's Incredible. We use the Texas Best Rib Rub, both from my friend Mike at Heaven Made Products. You got to get this guy a shot, okay? Go to heavenmadeproducts.com. You can use DG for Dski Grills 10 to get a 10% discount on your purchase. One more bite. It's like butter, folks. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let everybody know what Dski Grills is up to. And as always, at Dski Grills, grilling is not a pastime. It's a passion. I'm gonna have a whole lot of happy people in the next few days from these ribs. And right now, we have a slab to eat at the house. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks as always for joining me. Bon appetit.